know you can't see this. The sky is black as hell. I mean, just black as hell. The wind hit me so hard that it woke me up. I was sleeping very lightly. So whatever this is, whatever this black is, I mean, I know it's a storm. I gotta run from it. So I'm getting off this because the wind's too strong. So I'm running. Well, it is 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:08 in the morning, and that storm woke me up. This is June 8th, which makes day 24 here in Malaysia. And what a way to wake up, man. That it went from very nice and peaceful, and I should have realized that. I was like, oh man, I should have kept up my hammock. I'm glad I didn't. That wall of black just, you know, the wind woke me up. I sat up and I looked, and it was just this big blackness coming in. And yeah, no, it was bad. I couldn't even fold up that mat that I eventually got it folded up. But yeah, everything was, it's still moving up behind me, so I want to kind of book that way. Yeah, everything started up. Strava started up. This storm woke me up 5:08 in the morning. We're getting our day going, and we're gonna move ahead. So we're going that way right there and away from the storm. Well, the storm's gonna get me anyway. All right, guys. Like I said, I was very tempted because of how calm it was last night to actually put up my hammock. I was double thinking of why I just didn't just throw up the rain fly. And this morning, that was the reason. So like I said, even if you could only get like 100 yards back in, that's the wind changed 100% from like gale wind force on the beach to almost nothing, you know, a minimum 100 feet into the tree line or something like that makes a big difference. So anyway, I do believe there's still like 90 kilometers to get to Kuala Lumpur. That's what I'm going to be shooting for today. They have the most affordable prices for accommodations, and by the time I get there, I should be nice and soaked and ready for a bed. So anyway, guys, it's good to be up early. It was 6:30 and the storm caught up to me. And the rain's coming down. I had to pull under this little overhang. You can kind of see behind me. I had to get off the road. It's too dangerous actually right now to be on the road. Even with my I only have like that small flashing red light. It's the only one I could really find. And yeah, it's just too dangerous. These roads in Malaysia, a lot of them are under constant repair, so there's no shoulder and stuff right now. And in the dark, in the rain, in the dark, with no shoulder, with only a small flashing little red light, it's already too dangerous. I already went by one accident with two cars, you know, hitting each other. So yeah, this storm looks like it's gonna be a doozy. I mean, it started up pretty frightening, and yeah, I don't know how long it's supposed to last for, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to stay off the road for a while, guys, until the light comes out. Yeah, I have to wait until there's a little light in in the sky before, otherwise there's a good chance I'll just get hit while I'm on my bicycle. So what can you do? Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. In the rain and traffic like this with no shoulder, lightning, rain, no shoulder. Yeah, and I still got over a half an hour before the 7-Eleven is sunrise, and it's like 6:40 right now. Oh well. It is what it is. At least I have this overhang. Yeah, and I'm not going to try it. And right now I know this is probably the crowd that's going to work or whatever, because it's about that time. So yeah, I'll just wait until, I mean, I don't know how much sun's going to be out because because of the storm. But as long as you know, the sky lights up a little, you know, or that maybe I'll wait out the people that are going to their 7 o'clock check-in time for their work, you know. All right, guys. Anyway, that's just another day in the rain for me. It's a bad one. Well, it's 7:25 right now, but man, the traffic's gotten a lot worse. The sky's a lot lighter, but I mean, this traffic's terrible right now. So I guess this is like the 7 o'clock and the 8 o'clock people going to work. So, so I got to get off this road. I got to get off the 5 somehow. So I'm just gonna. There's a road that goes kind of diagonal out. I mean, it runs a lot more north, but the 5's just ridiculous when it comes to the traffic, and I don't want to get side splashed by water all the whole way there. Yeah, it'd be a terrible ride. So yeah, I got to get off this road. I'm gonna try and figure it out. Think there's a road right here, takes off that way, but it goes a lot more north, so it'll probably add quite a bit of kilometers onto my ride, but hey, it's worth it. You know, either that or it's just going to be, the shorter way is going to be misery, the longer way is going to be a little bit better, so I'll go for the longer way. Well, it looks like I got a small break in the weather, but like right now it's sprinkling, but it's not raining hard. I'm on the B42 right now. There's not much of a shoulder at the beginning, but I checked on Street View, and also Google Satellite View, and the B42 actually makes a 90-degree turn south, and then another 90-degree turn towards the east, and then there becomes a nice big shoulder that I can actually go on nice and safely. I'm actually at the turn, so right where that white car is going, he's about ready to hit the turn, the 90-degree. I got about 20 kilometers before I meet up with the B35 and then go southbound. So yeah, the sky's still got some rain in it, but the really heavy part's over. Anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to get to the part where the shoulder's at. Alright, I gotta put away the camera. It sprinkled a little too hard. Look at all these birds. We are 26 kilometers down this road to Kuala Lumpur. I've been hopping back and forth between Agoda and Booking.com, just trying to figure out which room's the cheapest and what location I want to go for. Really, the cheapest, even though there's one or two that said $2, when I tried to book it, it was like, oh no, you can't book it, right? You know, it's already been sold out or whatever. But there's several for $4, but then you add the $3 on top. It comes out to $7 a night, being the cheapest hostel that you can find. Yeah, so I booked one right in downtown in Chinatown for 2 nights. I don't want to go more than 2 nights because I might not like the place. There might be something wrong with it. But yeah, for now, I just want to get there, take a shower, all that fun stuff. And since they're centrally located, I can hop on the light rail, the train, whatever, to get around town. And I also have my bicycle. So anyway, guys, it's 3:41, and I'll be going down that way. Well, they definitely don't give you too much of a choice. You kind of have to just get on the freeway and start pedaling, try to keep up with traffic. Not really made for bicycles. So this is Kuala Lumpur. Probably the worst place in the world to actually try and be on a bicycle. Because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be on that bridge, or maybe this bridge, or maybe this bridge right back there. Possibly, I do think it might be this one. Or it could be this one over here. I tried to get off this thing. I honestly try to get off this thing, but every road that's not the highway is a dead end. It just doesn't go anywhere. It's like being a mouse in a mousetrap, or in a mouse, you know, in a maze, trying to figure your way out. But yeah, honestly, I can count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different exits, and it's not just this one little spaghetti bowl. It just keeps going on and on and on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little confused on how to even get out of here. Google Maps says I'm supposed to be on this one, I think. The only way up is if I haul my bike and my bag up these stairs, try and get on the other side. Otherwise, I have to go a long ways out of the way, because this is the one I'm on right now. I don't know how to get up there. Ah, this is so frustrating. Well, I had to take the long way. I still got about 9.5 kilometers to go. And lucky me, there's a nice dark storm moving right into me. It's already starting to sprinkle, but I've got to go right into that big old dark mess of blackness. Okay. Well, storm number 2 for the day. At least I'm off the freeway. I'll take rain over freeway any day. Look at that, how dark that sky is. The Explorer. Come here. Yeah, here it is. There's home sweet home. Hey, buddy, bud. Well, I'm up here on the rooftop terrace, and yeah, it's a pretty awesome one. So I'm just now, we're kind of exploring. Ran down, grabbed my mic from my room, came back up, and woo wee. Oh wow. So this is 6:45 right now. What a long, hard day today was. Strava has me clocked in at 103 kilometers today. But the fact that makes it so hard is not the kilometers, just the fact that it started with a violent storm and mixed with a really long, not, long, dragged out highway. Man, what a beautiful rooftop. Just end up over here in a confusing city that seems like they went from dirt roads straight to superhighways. Nothing in between. It was just very confusing and frustrating. And yeah, it was a hard day, guys. Sorry, I'm videotaping everything, and I should be talking to you directly straight on. But yeah, today almost won. It was one of those days that, my attitude almost got to me just because the frustration right there at the end, and trying to get out here. It was just, it was like. It was a spaghetti bowl. Like, we all have spaghetti bowls in the cities, right? And it's that one little pocket that you always dread. Like the LA's really bad when you're trying to get out to Phoenix and stuff. From like Sacramento, you got to cut down through LA and then out to Phoenix. And that little section, I mean, you can try and go around it, but sometimes it's best just to go through it at the right time, not during rush hours. But yeah, spaghetti bowls are just, they're never a joy, but this one just seemed like the spaghetti bowl was the road. It was just, there was no end to the spaghetti bowl. And I was like, what is this? This is a labyrinth. And I seriously felt like a mouse in like one of those experimental lab, mazes. And anyway, guys, I'm babbling on, but yeah, this is a good way to end it. I'm sticky, I'm sweaty, I'm super, super tired. So I'm not going to go out and explore. I'm going to shower up and start working on editing yesterday's. I didn't edit because I knew a storm was coming. So I wanted to try and get some shut-eye. I didn't really sleep a lot. That's another reason probably why I'm a little grumpy, is because one is I couldn't put in the earplugs, because you can't put in earplugs when you're trying to listen to. I wasn't sure what the storm was going to do with high tide, like if it was going to make it worse or something. So I had to listen to how close the waves are coming, and also listen to like once the the drops start hitting and stuff like that. And what I did was I just burrito rolled up. So I had to collapse all my bags and stuff, like my hammock, bag it all up, double plastic it, my backpack, put my backpack on, tie it off, and get ready to, so I'm ready to run. Luckily, there was some, a huge, plastic bag that usually you put over your scooter, like a rain tarp for your scooter, it was a really nice big one. And there's like a waterproof ground tarp that ground rug that someone had out there clean. It was the people next to me that had that little fisherman hammock set up in the tree. I used that to kind of just burrito roll up through the light rain. But when that storm hit me, like it was just like peace and calm. And I was like, with the thunder going on, the lightning in the distance, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I probably could get away with actually having my tarp up and stuff like that. I'm glad I didn't do that because I wouldn't have been able to get it down. It would have torn it. It really the wind was strong enough to actually tear it. You know, once you start tying it, it starts whipping it around and it hits a limb or something. And you know, I do have two of them, but I'd rather not rip them. But yeah, so I'm glad I didn't do that, and because I needed to get inland a little bit, but as soon as I got like a few hundred feet in, the wind stopped. You know, that's the whole point is I need to stop doing that because I know better than actually set up along the beach. But when you can sleep on the beach, you know, it's calm winds and calm tide and all that. It's a beautiful thing. It's nice. The time in Hawaii, we didn't hardly ever have storms. Not on the Kihei side. Kihei was always dry. Where the road to Hana, that was always wet. That was like rainforest jungle, you know. And it's funny because we're just two opposite sides of the island, the volcano island. But anyway, it was a hard day, guys. I'm pooped. It really did kick my butt, and it kind of right there at the bat. That's you saw my attitude getting a little bad at the end. Yeah, I can get a, you know, I try and control myself, at least in front of the camera. You know, off camera, I might lose it a little once in a while, but that's just to myself. I won't do it in front of people. You know, that's one thing that's, you know, to do it in front of myself, you know, but not like in front of people. You should always have self-control in front of others. But yeah, anyway, that's it. We all have those days, you know. It's the bad days that make the good days so much better. Because if you didn't have these bad days, what are you going to compare the good days to? And how would you know they're good if every day's a good day, you know? So we need them bad days just so we have a comparison. And yeah, and I've really been blessed because I really haven't had, but I would say some mild bad days within the last few years, last like 4 years or so. I mean, I broke my foot. I crumpled that up like really bad on my electric bike when I first got it, and I hobbled up with my foot all broken up into the tent that was way out there, and I guess that wasn't a good idea because I crawled I more or less I had to crawl up there in the dark and in the rain and stuff, and that was god awful. Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about that story. That was when I first got my bicycle again because I still had the DUI, the driving under the influence for drinking, you know. They make you take classes and stuff, and I was a traveler, so I couldn't stay in one spot for 6 months and take a class. They stopped doing the 3 months worth of classes in California, and it was a minimum of 6 months worth of classes now. And I said I can't do that, so I went like 10 years without a driver's license, and I got a electric bicycle when I got to Tennessee, so I could get back and forth to MTOI, the congregation that I joined. You know, the Messianic religious, you know, Messianic congregation, Torah observant Messianic. Yeah, and so when I first got it, I was coming back from Walmart, right, after doing some grocery shopping. I had all my, you know, and I was charging up my bike at the Pilot there. This was before I worked there, and they were still cool with me and everything. And it started raining. I was like, well, I'll wait out the rain because my tent was just around the corner. You know, drive around the corner on the street and stuff. It didn't, and it just kept getting darker, and the rain kept going. So I was like, I better go. So this is the first time I've ridden a bicycle since I was a kid. And I wasn't used to anything going 20 miles per hour. I know that doesn't sound like fast, but, you know, that was pretty fast for, you know, not riding a bicycle since you're a kid. And I went around the corner, not going fast. It just slipped out. And when my foot went down, it crumpled all the bones. And I felt all the bones just go, you know, and it wasn't going fast at all. And it was instant pain and knowing I just shattered all my bones in my foot. And I screamed out, and I was like, well, it was one of those things that it was electric, and if I pedaled right, then it would go. So I was trying to pedal with like the ball of my foot because my foot was broken, right? So just the back part, and just to give it enough electricity so it would go. But then I had to go up the access road and try and push the bicycle up with a broken foot. And then there was a fallen log. I knew it was just like this big, but I knew because I went by Braille to get back and forth. Pitch black going by Braille. That means no flashlight, just memorization of the surroundings. That way no one sees me going in and out of my camp, right? Because I'm up on the hillside and the KOA is down below. And and so I'm trying to hobble back there using my bicycle as the crutch. When I had to hop over that, I could feel the bones just re-crumple again in my foot, and I screamed out in like pain. And then I was like, once I did get to the tent, I collapsed, and I was just like so exhausted from pain and stuff like that. And I didn't think about I got out there. How am I going to get out again? How am I going to get water? How am I going to trying to use the restroom was bad because I had to literally crawl. I couldn't put any weight on my foot. I couldn't even really move my leg. So it was bad. Eventually, one of the people from my congregation, a guy that I just met, he was actually the cameraman. The congregation, MTOY, is on YouTube. It's a big YouTube, actually. He's pretty well known and stuff. A lot of people follow his teachings, um, uh, but anyway, um, yeah, the cameraman gave me a call and was wondering about me. I was like, dude, I broke my foot and all this stuff, and they got worried over the congregation. They're like, no, you need to get like a hotel room. I'm like, no, I'm good in the tent. I just need someone to actually get me water and food and stuff like this. So, yeah, that's good. That's the good part of having like, uh, a congregation, like almost like a gathering of some type that you go to with like-minded people and stuff that you can start to build a friendships with these people and stuff. And I did. I was part of the group. Even though later on, it was like a little cultish. But I hate throwing that word around because they were like family at the time. It was just when you step back and look at it and go, yeah, okay, I can understand. It has all the telltale signs and stuff, but it brings a bad, cult. The name actually brings a bad tag with it. It's because everybody thinks, oh, it's like Heaven's Gate or something, with Applewhite, that type of cult. They're not that type. They have a leader, a charismatic leader that everybody listens to, and he's the teacher, and it's his way, it's his thoughts, and you listen to him, and but not super controlling, just enough. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry, I rambled on. It's like 13 minutes. So I broke my foot really good, and I was stuck in my tent for a long time. But luckily, I had the care of a brother, that was worried about me and looked after me. And and he was he was a lifesaver. And so I have good memories of the congregation I went to too. It's just I grew away from it, and sometime it was like, okay, it's I personally have grown away. So you just leave when you grow away. So anyway, guys, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bore you. I just got on a hobo ramble, and anyway, I'm gonna take a shower and call quits for the day. Good night, y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. We'll continue tomorrow. All right, night, night.